All right, so we're going to get into how to do exercise 5 in my InDesign 1 class. And so if we take a look at the exercise itself, which I'm going to do here really quickly, you can see that for exercise number 5, we have designing a calendar. Okay. And so the goals are to produce an attractive calendar, to learn how to use parent pages, and to use formatting techniques to enhance your layout. So here is the size. It's an A5 is the page size that we're going to be using. We are going to have 6 pages, facing pages. So this is basically the new document setup or settings that we need to use. Here is a picture of the pages panel on how it should look. And we have some nice guidance as far as how to leverage your parent pages to speed up production. So for the grading criteria, we're looking to produce an attractive full color calendar. We want to define the parent pages, and we want to use layers to control the stacking order of the objects. So let's see if we can put something very quickly together here in InDesign. So obviously we're going to create a new document as per the instructions. We're looking for the A5 preset here. Again, we said that we needed 6 pages, facing pages. We're going to leave everything else as is. Maybe the bleed, yeah, I'll add a bleed of 9 points. Okay, and here we have the document. As you can see here, we have some parent pages, obviously, the default. And just to explain it further, we have page 1 for the cover, we have page 6 for the back cover, and we have basically 2 spreads for 2 months. Now, obviously, if you wanted to do the full calendar, you would have to add, 12? We need 12 spreads, so 10 more, okay? And that would be additional, or besides the front and back cover. All right, so we want to use parent pages. How can we leverage parent pages to speed up production workflow? So that's what we're going to be doing next. And to understand parent pages, we basically want to place or include any elements, page elements that will be used multiple times or several times throughout your document. And the idea behind that is you only work once. In other words, you set it up once and then you don't have to copy and paste and set it up multiple times in your document. So let's see if we can do that. So the first thing we need to do is understand that with a calendar, we need to look at this up, the right or use the right orientation. So what I'm going to do is select both of these pages, as you can see here, right click on it, go to page attributes, select rotate spread view, and then choose 90 degrees clockwise. At which point I have the right orientation now. I have an upright view of the calendar, and I can use, of course, option command 0 just to make it fit into the window. And so here we would have the photo, and at the bottom we would have the calendar itself. So let's first of all add a frame, a rectangle frame, by pressing the F key. You can get that tool right away. That's actually a shortcut, and there we have it. And you probably noticed that the document pages also were propagated with that frame. So if we go to page 2, we can see that we have that frame included. So that's the beauty of parent pages. We don't have to draw a frame for each one of the spreads because we only work once, right? So the next item on our production list is to actually add the table for the calendar. So I'm just going to draw a guide here. I'm going to pull another one here. And then I can maybe press the T to get the text tool, draw a text frame here. This is where the, this could be several things. This could be, for example, the name of the month, if we want to go that way. So we would say, I don't know, month, right? We can format this, maybe make it a little bit bigger, maybe center it like so. Okay. We can even option double click to align it vertically like that. And then you can see how that text just propagated into all of our document pages. Obviously, we are dealing with the right pages at this point. All right, so the next item is to create a table. So the T, once again, to select the type tool, go ahead and draw out the frame, go to table, insert table. So here we would have to figure out how many rows and columns do we need. So if it's 30, let's say 5 per row. So we would need what, 6 rows, or maybe 6 columns and 5 rows. So let's do that. Let's do 5 rows and 6 columns. All right. We can also add a header row if we wanted to. So let's do 1 header row. Okay, and let's see how that looks. There we go. So now we just need to format this in a way that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is, so this first one here, let me undo that and use the shift key. Do it very carefully here so I can just, hold on a second. So again, use the, come on now. Huh. So, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So anyway, just move this down a little bit, not too much. Get my selection tool, and then bring this back to where it needs to. I'll select all of these rows and go to table, distribute rows evenly. So here's my grid. This is where the numbers would go, and this is where the actual, so I could say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So obviously I got some issues. I need one more here. So I'm just going to do this, right? Insert column to the right. There we go. And now I just need to fit it in here like so. Select all of my, do this again. Here we go. And now go to table, distribute columns like so. And here comes my Sunday. All right, and now I could add the numbers here, but I don't want to, because you can see that what I'm doing here is also being populated in all my document pages. And because each month is going to be different as far as the numbers, I want to do that individually when I get to it here. So this will be, so that means that this really doesn't have to be here. So what I can do is just add a paragraph style. I'll option click to create a new one, and I'll call it month name. Okay. Apply to selection. So here's my first paragraph style, and now I can delete this. I don't need this anymore, because again, that's going to be populated when I go to each individual month. So that is what I need to do here. One more thing, maybe I'm gonna add the logo and copyright information, and that will also appear on every single document page that is using the A parent. So let's, oh, wait a minute, we have, there we go. Let's go ahead and do that. So T, draw a frame here, and I'll say, let's see, copyright. Oops. What is copyright? Let me go to type. I'll find that. Glyphs. Let's take a look at copyright symbol, if I can find it. Here it is. Double click. There it is. So I'll call this vacation. Okay. So I'll say copyright, I don't know, 2025 vacation magazine. Okay. And maybe I want to align it to the right. Makes more sense, right? There we go. Okay, so I have set up my parent page. So that means I don't have to do all that work, 12 times for each of the months. That's all done for me. So now I can work on each individual one by simply right-clicking here, first of all, just to make sure that I preview it correctly. Now, what I'm doing here with the page rotation does not, or spread rotation, does not affect the final PDF. This is just for the purpose of me and for, the way that I view this as I work. So I'm going to do the same here. Okay. So once again, I'm going to fit the spread in the window. And now I can go ahead and do some image importing. So by that I mean Command D, Control D. Let's go ahead and find images. Maybe I'll select, what is this here? That's perfect. So here's two. Okay. So here's the first one. Boom. Page 4. Here's the second one. Now you can see how quickly, if I select 12 images, I can just very quickly place all those images, in a matter of seconds, because everything has been set up already for me. So I'm going to go ahead and use the fitting options for each one of these. Now I can also, by the way, I can also create a graphic style or an object style that has the fitting option defined for me already. So if I do that before I actually place the images, I wouldn't have to do it every single time, because the image would automatically fit perfectly within the frame. So that, again, that's the beauty of using styles. All right, so my next task is to add the month. So for that, I need to use the Shift Command Click little trick. If you're using Windows, it would be Shift Control Click, just to be able to detach. That's actually not the correct term, but actually to make use of the parent items on the page. So now I can write the name, and you can see, because I have already applied a paragraph style, it's formatted already for me. So let's go here for month number 2, Shift Command Click, double click, and here's my second month. Now I can go ahead and, fill in the numbers here. But again, I don't want to work more than I have to, so I'll go here to the parent page, and then I'll insert some dummy text, which I will be erasing soon. And what I want to do is create another paragraph style. So let's go ahead and select that. I'll say 24. 24 is good, don't want to go overboard here. And we can actually, well, there's a couple of things we can do. We can add, so let's say that we want to call this number, okay? Number. And so the other thing that we would need to do is create a cell style, because that's actually what we have here. So we would expose the cell styles. There we go. I'm going all the way here. I'm committed, so let's go ahead and select that. Option click. I'll call it numbers based on nothing. Great. paragraph style is going to be number. Okay. And so if I select everything, actually, I'm just going to do this and select numbers. You can see how right away everything got formatted for me. So I'm going to delete everything. And because I'm still on the parent page and I don't want to do it there because I want to do each month individually. So now I can shift command click to expose the table. Let's say that the January 2025, right, starts here. So I would say 1. You can see that right away we have the correct formatting. So I can use tab to just very quickly, if I can do this right, fill in the numbers like so. Okay, I think you get it. 16, 17, 18. Oh, this is so fun. This is just amazing to look at. Please use 2 times speed as I do this, because I'm too lazy to edit. Let's see, 30. All right, that'll be fine. I don't know, does January have 31 days? Maybe it does. Yeah, I say. Okay, so here is, and I can actually, if I want, just copy. Do I want to copy? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's got to be an easier way to do this. But anyway, you get the gist. So for this one, I would have to do the same, but let's say that, let's see. So it actually starts on a Friday. So I would have to start here. Again, Command Shift click. And so this would be 1. And you can see that, again, the formatting is done for me. I don't have to spend any time formatting this because I have already done it by defining a cell style, a paragraph style first, and then a cell style. Oh no. You're like, come on, do I have to watch this again? Well, yeah, you do. I'm spending the time to do this, so you spend the time to watch me do it. Just kidding. All right, 28, I'm getting close. Now, February, you know, fortunately for you, only has 28 days, so you don't have to watch me go through this. So let's press the W key. Look at that. Look at that. That looks beautiful. All right. I think I should save it. So let me just go ahead and save it and call it calendar. All right. Downloads, why not? Okay. So what else do we need? Well, we have a couple of things here in order to clean this up. Notice that we have the copyright information. Everything is looking great. Now, one thing I don't want to do is leave these empty boxes here. So what I can do is I can select these, okay? And now, using the control panel, I have total control. Yeah, I said it twice. Total control of the strokes here. So for example, let's say I'm just going to select this widget here and deselect these 2 sides. And I'm going to say 0 points. So I'm only affecting this side of the selection. And now I'm going to select the inside as well. 0. All right. And let's take a look. W. So there we go. We just completely, we don't need those squares because those are empty, right? So we can do that. Not here, obviously, because these would be, you know, 31st, 30, right, 29, 28. And then what we need to do for these, you know, and this is getting interesting because what we can do for these is go to the paragraph style, excuse me. Need some water here. I go to paragraph styles. I can duplicate that one, right click on it and say number, just ghost. How's that? like that. And then go to the, what is it? Color, make the tint 40%, okay? And now what I can do is just select these and select this one here. And look at what we got here, all right? That looks more like a calendar. So basically these correspond to the previous month. That makes sense, right? And if I want to make any changes, I can just make it right here on the style, right? So I can go to, say I want these lighter. So let's go back to character color, make these, I don't know, 20%. There we go. Look how great that looks. Okay. And if I want to use another font, again, all I have to do is just change the paragraph style. The paragraph style's definition. So basic character, we're using minion. Let's do so. I wish I had a preview here, right? So, I mean, I do have a preview. I can see it, but I can't see a little preview of each font here. So I can basically, so I have to wing it. All right, let's say I want that. Bold, how's that? Boom. So because it's a style definition, it's going to change on everywhere I'm using that style. And so finally, for the cover, let's get back my guides. I don't want my cover to show any info from the parent page. So what I would have to do is just make it not use this parent page. Now, one way to do that is simply drag the none thumbnail on top of page 1 and page 8. 8, I mean to say 6. All right, and now I can design this individually, but again, don't forget, you need to rotate this sucker. So let's go page attributes, rotate 90 degrees, and the same thing goes for here, because you want to design this in the same orientation as your calendar, right? Makes sense. So let's go ahead and rotate this one as well. So this is going to be your front cover. All right, let's just do that. And just for the sake of presentation, make it a little bit bigger, center it. All right, and then copy and paste it here. So I could actually, if I wanted to, create a parent page for that and apply it only to the cover and the front and back cover, but you know, it's not really necessary. So back cover, okay? And so here is your calendar. Let's take a look at this like so. So we have the cover, we have month 1, month 2, and then we have the back cover. And that, my friends, is how you do a proper calendar using parent pages in InDesign.